You know, I think like all children, you know, at school, should be guaranteed a job, you know, when they leave school.
Yeah.
You know, like, it should be guaranteed.
It should be, definitely. And it should be a living wage as well too. Like, don't get me wrong, there's always going to be a wealth divide and a wealth gap in society, because that's just how the financial system works. And anyone that understands anything about finances or anything to do with the modern day constructs of the financial system knows there'll always be a divide. That is the reality. But we need to be paying people a living wage. Even if it's, you know, even if you want to call it a minimum wage, ensure that that minimum wage is a quote unquote living wage. Like that's what the government and shit like to call it, a living wage, you know. They don't like to call it the minimum wage, they call it, oh, the living wage, you know. But it should be, I think people should be on, especially at the moment, people should be not working for less than £15 an hour. Especially right now, we're in 2022. No, especially how things are right now with inflation and everything. Like my gas bill, we're in the summer, in the middle of summer, and my gas bill is what I would usually pay in the winter.
I don't mean to laugh.
No, I'm dead I'm dead, I don't mean to swear, but I'm dead serious.
It's not funny, is it? It's not funny.
It's double, it's what I would usually pay during the winter. I mean, like during the winter when it's really cold. If you see what I mean? Not even every winter, but when it's really cold.
I shouldn't be laughing.
So no, I understand why you're laughing, mate. Don't get me wrong, it is kind of it is a joke. But what I was gonna say is that you need to pay people. No one right now in 2022. In the UK, I'm talking about, because I live in the UK, so I can't talk about other countries, and they how much, you know, it costs them to live, so to speak, because I don't, you know, I wouldn't have a clue. But I think in the UK, no one should be working for less than £15 an hour at a minimum. That should be the minimum wage. So you know, at least even if you're working 10 hours a day, you're still bringing home 150 quid a day. And if you're working 5 days a week, that is a decent amount of money to survive on. You can survive on that, and you know what I mean. You might not have a huge amount of money left every month after you've had it, you know, pay your rent and your bills, and you ensure you've got everything you need and whatever. But you're still going to be straight, and you're still going to have some money, a little bit of money behind you as well. So, you know, you won't be able, you know. So yeah, that's just my take on it, mate. I think all this nonsense about, you know, this, you know, saying, oh, I think right now the living wage is £9.50 an hour. The minimum wage right now has gone to £9.50. I think, you know, because, you know, thankfully I'm not on that, you know, but I, you know, can't remember what it is. But £9.50 an hour in these times, if someone's working 8 hours a day, 9 hours a day, 10 hours a day, it's only 100 quid, and after tax, by the time the tax man's taken his portion of it, and your national insurance has been taken as well.
Well, there's not much left of that.
There's only like £75 a day that person's earning, and if they're working 5 days a week in the UK on £75 a day, and then after they pay tax and shit, they can't survive. That's just it can't.
It's not very intelligent, really.
That's what I'm just going to say. It's not intelligent.
It's, you know, everyone's struggling, and things going up like they are.
Yeah.
You know, it makes people more angry, doesn't it?
Definitely.
You know, and they can't be so intelligent in life either, can they? You know. And like I say, I think like this is sort of control in a big way over waste, because I think like humans do waste a lot of things. You know, like, you know, every week that goes by, huge amounts of waste we go through every year. You know, and if everybody got like £20 an hour, yeah, you know, and they'd had more money, they'd buy more stuff. You see, you know, you've got to look at it like this. You know, they'd buy more food.
But I don't think we should be worrying about that, though, mate. I think people should be allowed to buy more shit, because why do we have to suffer? Why? Not saying we, but I'm just saying, why do people have to suffer?
Because, like say, the amount of rubbish we're getting rid of is scary. Each month we got to bury it and all sorts of whatever.
But they have to find a solution. If they can build an app, like we were talking about in last episode. Well, I think it was at the beginning of the first episode actually of this episode. I think.
Philosophy.
No, the atom bomb.
Oh right, yeah.
If we can build an atom bomb,
yeah,
I'm sure we can figure out how the hell we can dispose of our garbage and our rubbish in an eco-friendly way.
Well, I think we
It's
are.
not rocket science. Like, if you can figure out, if you can supposedly put a man on the moon, supposedly, if you believe that, then if you can't figure out a rubbish solution, then...
Well, today they are spending millions of pounds on rubbish.
Oh, rubbish,
solutions,
yeah.
There's some sort of, what do you call them? Stations, whatever, power station, whatever. And the rubbish bin lorries come along and throw this rubbish all into a big sort of warehouse in this big factory, which is all newly just been made. By the way, it costs billions of pounds, all this stuff.
Yeah.
And all this rubbish that gets dumped there, the lorry goes out, and there's machines that sort it all out now. All right, we are spending a lot of money, all the government are, on recycling today.
Yeah.
In a huge way,
But a lot of our recycling ends up going overseas to other countries.
It can do, I think.
To China and other places like this, because they'll sell it. As we know, that's how it works. They import. The UK have a large import of stuff from China, which they pay for, and then when it's finished, they end up selling the recycling back to China to take it back again. To take the recycling back. I think it's China anyway. Forgive me if I'm wrong. Because we're talking about recycling.
Well, rubbish is money to some people,
Oh, for sure, because it's recyclable. They can use it again.
Tin costs money, everything costs money, doesn't it? Everything's got a value on it.
But the good thing about recycling, though, is that is less waste, if you see what I mean. Because those products that are being recycled are being reused for another purpose.
Yes.
They're going to whether it's plastic or whatever the substance is that they've recycled, they're going to recycle it and use it again.
Yes.
It will have another life.
Yeah, that's right. They are. I'll say they are spending millions of pounds on.
It's like even today, you've got companies. Even today, this whole eco-friendly route now has got to a point where you've got companies. Like soaps that we buy, like in the bottles in the supermarket.
Yeah.
They're saying now, keep your bottles. You get a refill.
Yeah.
They're going to set it up to a point where people can come and refill their stuff.
I mean, there's even a shop.
If you see what I mean, to stop people throwing stuff out, saying as soon as it gets empty, come and refill it. Well, There's a
shop down the end of
on
the
high street,
where they've got that sort of coming.
I think it's called the pantry or something like that, isn't it?
That's right.
It looks quite dark from the outside, but yeah.
But it's not just materials, that people are getting rid of. Like tables or chairs. We are. What do you call it? We're living in an age where we get rid of rubbish quite quickly. Where we're quite wasteful. I mean, I used to do it for a job actually. Sort of like clear people's rubbish sometimes. I wasn't a rubbish man, but I used to go around people's houses clearing their metal from their garden or whatever, and pick up all their rubbish. And I knew that like. The first year I was doing it, it didn't cost so much money to get rid of it, and it's gone up in price. And today it costs a lot of money to get rid of any rubbish, and I noticed that actually, when the shutdown happened, council put a camera down in our rubbish recycling area, and all this sort of stuff. So they're coming down hard on rubbish, that's for sure. And you can think, like, if people did get more money, everybody, how much food they might buy, and how much waste there could be with food. It's not about just materials that we waste.
But then that then comes down to an individual thing. That doesn't come down to money. If you see what I mean, that then comes down to the individual.
No, but all I'm just saying, if you've got say you got £500 a week, or you went shopping, all right, you're not going to be too worried about do you know what I mean? You don't get worried about so much, but when you've got little money, all right, you're really tight.
I know what you mean. You have to,
You're sort of like buying one banana.
You're strategic with what you buy.
Exactly. You've got to be more intelligent with your money.
Financial intelligence.
Well, you think like if everyone got a lot of money, and everybody was rich, the world wouldn't work in a funny way.
No, it wouldn't. It wouldn't work. Because today we need the way this society is constructed. We need people to do all the jobs that exist within today's society. So we need everyone that works a job contributes a huge part to society. That's why I always say to people, no matter what job you do, whatever it is, big, small, minimum wage, lot of money, whatever whatever job you do, you're contributing your part to society and earning a wage for it, if you see what I mean, you know? Because everyone's role is essential. We need everyone, we need doctors, we need nurses, we need the rubbish man, we need the waiter, we need everything, all aspects of society. We need cashiers, we need everything, if you see what I mean. Like, you know, all aspects of society are important in my eyes, you know, because obviously that's just a system in which we exist. We live
I wouldn't say all.
Not all, but I mean,
you know, there's some people in jobs that are like making
true.
Bombs or
you know what I mean? Things that but most occupations, you're contributing your part to society. You're doing your part. I know sometimes people don't see it like that and don't kind of see the bigger picture. They might say, oh, I don't really like this job, I'm just doing it, which is fair enough. If you don't like your job, then at least just make sure that you're consistent in your job still, even if you don't like it, and use it as a stepping stone to get to where you want to go. Sometimes you have to start small in order to grow. You know what I mean? It's like a seed. A seed, you plant a seed, it goes into the darkness, you know what I mean? And wait for a few days, give it some water, wait for a few days, and it eventually grows. And then, you know, that's that little seedling that sprouts up and ends up growing, eventually becomes a tree one day, you know what I mean, over the span of 5-10 years, and eventually grows and grows, whatever. What I was trying to say is sometimes you have to start small. You have to use your intelligence and realise that sometimes in life things are what people call stepping stones. You have to use it to propel yourself towards your goals or your aspirations or whatever it is that you want to achieve. You see what I mean? You know. You know, don't be deterred, you know. Don't let anyone ever minimise your job, yeah? We all have to work, and no one pays your rent, no one pays your bills, no one looks after your family, your kids, whatever your responsibilities, obligations, etc. So don't worry about the next person and what they've got going on, and don't let anyone ever minimise your job or what you do, because most jobs in society are essential. When we go to a restaurant, we want someone there to serve us. When we throw our rubbish out every week and we put it out into the rubbish containers that come and get collected once a week or every fortnight, whatever, we want that rubbish to be taken away. And you know what I mean? We want, you know what I mean? This is the way society functions. We need these people to do these jobs to ensure that we all have a decent quality of life. That's what it's all about, you know, human experience, you know. So.
I think like not every job out there are needed in a funny way, you know, like where I live in, I think sometimes, you know, with people, right, they pay a lot of money for entertainment, don't they? You know, a lot of money, hell of a lot of money, you know. You know, and there's a lot of people in the entertainment world, you know, acting. You know, what is acting, for goodness sake? You know,
it's not an essential...
You know, do you know what I mean? It's not like farming, is it? Come on. It's, you know, but people love seeing acting, don't they? And they love watching stories, you know, and people acting them out, whatever, you know, in films and so on and so on, you know.
Yeah.
You know, really, we are the only creatures that do this, you know, that act.
But that's, like you're saying, it's not an essential part of society, if you see what I mean. No. Like, we could live as human beings and exist without different forms of entertainment, if you see what I mean. We'd still survive, we'd still live, you know what I mean?
As I say...
To me, I look at entertainment as almost like a luxury, in a sense.
It is.
If you get what I'm trying to say when I say that. Like, it's not an
escape.
It's not an essential component of society. If you see what I mean, we would still live, we would still survive, we would still, you know, survive without it.
I mean, that's the funny thing. In reality today, a lot of people like to escape. They like to play games, which are quite intelligent, really, aren't they? Even games themselves, you know, some of these games, how they built them, for goodness sake, I don't know. Do you know what I mean? But you know, they put you into a 3D virtual world. Do you know what I mean? And it's quite amazing how intelligent man's got in a kind of way.
Oh, definitely, yeah.
But like today, you know, where you wake up and you can either go on YouTube, you know, so much choice. You know, you can play a game, you can, you know, and people like to escape from reality in a kind of way. You know, they like to be entertained, you know, watch their favourite sort of soap show, whatever, you know.
For some people too, it's like a mechanism to like unwind and relax too.
Yeah.
Because sometimes someone might have worked all day long and got home from work and like they don't want to be disturbed or anything. They just want to literally have their dinner, let's say for example, and just sit there and watch something. So just for that hour or two while they're watching it, they're not thinking about anything else. If you see what I mean, like their mind is at peace during that time. If you see what I mean, they're not having to think about every day, you know, what they're doing or whatever. They can just relax for that time. You know, that time is, you know, their time to kind of distract, like you said, distract themselves. You know.
Like, can you imagine, like, if, like, you know, like I think, like, for instance, TV exploded the acting world. You know, I mean, it's existed for thousands of years.
Oh yeah, but entertainment's always gone on. You had even like in the Roman times, you had like Colosseums and all this shit. In Greek times,
You know,
that's where the Olympic Games comes from, doesn't it? As well, the Greek things. The Olympic Games comes from Greece, Olympia. Yeah.
They were doing plays in the 17th century, you know, do you know what I mean? So on, whatever acting.
Yeah.
And they had theatres back then, you know, in some places, you know.
They did, yeah.
You know. But as soon as the TV and the camera was invented, boom, you know, it gave many jobs to everyone.
Oh, loads.
You know,
loads. It became an industry. Yeah.
Cameramen, lighting men.
Everything. Makeup.
Yeah, makeup.
Everything. Sound engineers.
Yeah.
Directors.
Costume making.
That's it.
That's a huge one. Costume making. Can you imagine?
Writers.
You know, like some of these costumes, you know, like for instance Star Wars, for instance. Can you imagine all the costumes, how much it all costs?
That's what I mean.
You know, and they designed all those costumes.
And had them made.
You know, and it's only, really, it's all kind of waste of money, really. You know, they cost billions. Then everyone goes to the cinema to watch these films and spend a lot more money. And they, you know, like I say, people spend a lot of money on entertainment. Or have done, if you see what I mean, you know?
Yeah.
They love entertainment, you know, like whether it's a song.
Most people do, mate. Some form of entertainment.
I do.
Whether it's music, film, series, whatever. Whatever it is. People like it, you know, it's endless. You know, there's endless forms of entertainment, you know. So people, you know, all have their preferences, you know. What they prefer. Yeah.
But like I say, really, in reality, you know, like a long time ago, there was nature. Yeah, like, you know, if you go for a walk into the woods, whatever, you will see nature. You know, there's a lot of butterflies, whatever, you know, well, there used to be, whatever. You know, but you go for a walk, and that is really entertaining enough for anyone, you know. But in the kind of way we've kind of drifted off by just watching stages rather than going out watching the real world.
Yeah.
You'll see, you know. You know, in
but like you said, theatre and all these things have existed for a long, long time.
Yeah, and
prior to the entertainment.
In a kind of way, I think it's good because it teaches us. You know, we all learn from. You know, like if someone makes a good film, we kind of learn from it, don't we? You know, sometimes.
Yeah, so that's what I'm saying. It depends on what you subscribe to. Again, to at the end of the day.
Yeah, it depends what you watch, whatever. But you know, and documentaries can be very educational too.
Yeah.
I forgot what I was going to say now. You know, like,
yeah.
You know, that's not very intelligent, is it? Forgetting, you know.
Happens to the best of us, mate. But yeah, all these, you know, I mean, it just depends on, you know, like
crap.
You can, we can all educate ourselves on what we want, you know. What I was going to say is we all choose our entertainment, you know. Like me, I like to listen to certain types of music, if you see what I mean, whereas other people like to listen to different music than I like to listen to, if you see what I mean. Like, let's say for example, the main three types of music that I predominantly listen to is rap, reggae and dancehall, predominantly. But there's other people out there who might think, oh god, that's horrible, that's terrible, I would never listen to that, I hate listening to that shit.
Right,
you know what I mean?
We've all got different
tastes. So it's all individual in kind of, it goes back to intelligence again too. It all comes down to individual, you know, our thought process, you know, and what we gravitate towards, you know.
Well, I think like, you know, just more you use your imagination, the more intelligent you're going to be, you know. Sometimes I don't use my own imagination sometimes, you know. You've got to go to sleep every day.
Yeah, of course, yeah.
You know, and then the next day I wake up and I forget who I am. You know, and I'll tell you what, it gets worse as you get older. Actually, you know, sort of like you know.
Yeah. So going back to intelligence, you know, we all have our own definition of what that may be, and how we measure that. Like I said earlier in the first episode, you know, it's all subjective. It's just like most things in life. I know we say it a lot, but it's so true. Most things in life are just subjective. It's all opinion based, you know. What I might find intelligent or anything that may incline, someone else might disagree and think, oh no, I don't think that's intelligent at all. This is my form of intelligence. This is what what I think is intelligence, you know. And it all boils down to like individual, you know, in the individual person, you know. We've all got different types of intelligence, you know. You've got your emotional intelligence, you've got your psychological intelligence, you've got your mental intelligence, you've got your emotional intelligence. You've got all these, you know, different types of intelligence, you know. Even, you know, as you get older, you become an adult, you have sexual intelligence, financial intelligence, you know. There's different aspects in our lives that require us to have some knowledge about these various different things, or intelligence, you know, in regards to these things, you know. So.
I know every year that goes by, I get more intelligent.
Yeah.
You know, and that depends what I put my mind to a little bit, you know.
Mm-hmm.
Like for instance, this year or last year as well, I didn't do much digital art.
Yeah.
So I have not really improved in that area much, in a kind of way. You know, it's only when you're doing something you're going to improve on.
You get better,
stage,
yeah.
You know?
The more you do
whether
it.
it's singing or whatever, or cooking.
Yeah.
Don't matter what it is.
Mm.
You know, like I say, I think we've all got different intelligent gifts. You know.
Yeah.
I like to, you know, personally, I like to sort of be good at cooking. You know, like be intelligent with it. Let's put it that way. You know, I mean, I think I've said it before, but I could be a lot more. You know a lot more, but I feel that you know I know enough.
Yeah, in that area.
You sort of mean, yeah. I'm happy, if you sort of mean, with my intelligence, if you sort of mean in that way. My digital art, I'm happy with, you know. But then my music, I want to learn more about. Really,
yeah.
You know, I feel, you know, I learn about music, but then there's lots of different skills out there you can learn about, isn't there? You know, it's phenomenal.
Yeah.
What
Endless.
you can learn about.
Yeah. And
sometimes I look at knowledge a bit, you know, like knowing all the planets and the stars. Don't matter, does it?
Yeah.
Don't matter whether you know it or not.
Yeah.
When you think about it.
But for some people, that's what they would say that their measure of intelligence is.
Yeah, well, it's a shame.
A deeper understanding of all that shit, because for them, they might be passionate about that.
Yeah.
If you get what I'm saying.
I'm not passionate about names personally, yeah.
Yeah.
You know, I just look at names as what we've named things, you know,
yeah.
They're useful in a funny way.
It's useful for description.
Yeah, definitely.
And for conversation,
definitely, you know.
conversation and communication.
Yeah, definitely, you know. And
so if you've got a mate and you say, I'm going to meet you, you can't say where you're going to meet them. I'm just going to meet you. It's like, what do you mean you're going to meet me, mate? Like, where are you going to meet me? Like, you know, like.
You need to know.
It's
not very intelligent.
You know, I'm meeting you in London. You coming to Southampton. You coming, you know, what, you know, like.
In what time?
What time? Like, what's happening? What day? Like. Yeah, it's true. Yeah.
But like, you know, I want to learn more. What is there to learn in life? You know, do you know what I mean? Apart from being a better person, really, you know.
That's it.
You know, I think that's what's intelligent, really. Sort of just being aware that you know what you know.
Yeah.
Whatever it is.
I think true intelligence is understanding as a human being that you're continually growing and evolving as a human being every single day, and it's up to you to consciously choose to do that, if you see what I mean, you know, if you get what I'm trying to say. You have to make the conscious decision and understand that the goal is to continually grow as a person, to get better, to achieve more, to grow in various different aspects of your life, if you see what I mean. You know, to mature, to become wiser, more educated, more knowledgeable. You know, whatever. You know, I think, you know, that is the goal. The goal is to, you know, just to get better, to grow. You know, become the best. Like I said in the first episode, to become the best version of yourself. That's it. Yeah.
Yeah. My light's not fucking working either. I'm not being very intelligent today, am I?
Well, yeah. Like I was saying, I think all it boils down to is, you know, and also I tell people, like, humility is like one of the keys to life too as well. Because no matter how intelligent you are, just remember that no one knows everything, and you can learn something from anyone at any point, at any time throughout your life. Sometimes you might learn something from from one of your children or something. You might learn something, you know.
I might learn something from what you say now.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Like, don't ever be afraid or too arrogant or prideful or egotistical to take on more information, like new perspective, new opinions, you know what I mean, from other people, you know what I mean. Like, don't be, you know, sometimes people are very rigid and get set in their ways when because then they think they know everything, you know.